call the Ways and Means Committee together today, Tuesday, December 6th, 2016. Deanne, would you please call the roll?
What?
Here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I got the other sheet. Hang on one second.
Oh, okay.
I have the wrong sheet.
Hold that.
You're excused. All right, I'll wait.
Kuna.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
Ransom.
Here.
Begeck.
Here.
Eric.
Here.
Lutz.
Oh, here.
Here.
Yes.
Juan.
Thank you, Deanne. We've all had an opportunity to review the minutes of October the 4th.
Minutes to be approved as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. At this time, we'll allow for public input. If anybody would like to address Ways and Means, please step to the podium, state your name and the issue that you'd like to speak on behalf of. With no one coming forward, under our next order of business from Petitions and Communications, we have a presentation from Nationwide. This is our Bay County employees. This is like a defined contribution and benefits. Are you Ken?
I am.
Ken Krebel?
Kelbel.
Kelbel?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Ken.
Thank you. I appreciate the committee's time here this afternoon. I know you have a full agenda, so I'll keep my comments brief. So the first thing I'd like to do is thank the committee for recently adopting a Roth 457 amendment to the Bay County 457 program. And I'd also like to thank Tiffany and Jeannie for their support in doing a comprehensive review of the benefits that we offer for the employees and in assisting us in really communicating and providing education to the Bay County employees. As you are aware, recently an amendment was added to the plan to make a 457 Roth retirement account available. This was an amendment to the existing deferred compensation plan, which has been in place here for decades. The benefits of that, of course, are numerous for the employees, the least of which being the fact that they can earn tax-free capital gains and tax-free distributions on the dollars within those accounts after the age of 59 and a half. But from a larger perspective, Roth accounts are becoming increasingly popular in the private sector. They certainly can be used to attract and retain quality employees and just enhance the overall supplemental retirement plan benefits that we administer here in the county. My understanding was that there might be some questions surrounding that specific provision. I just want to make a notation to the committee that I do have some additional information here that I will leave for your review. This is information that the employees now have in their possession. And with that, I'll be happy to take any questions that you may have.
Ken, I got one on the Roth 59 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody was already 59 and a half, what's the length of time that that money needs to be invested before they could benefit from the tax-free?
5 years.
All right.
So there's really 3 rules surrounding the ability to withdraw money tax-free out of a Roth 457 account. The first is that it's been established for 5 years. The second is attainment of age 59 and a half or older. And then the third is separation from employment from Bay County. So once those 3 provisions have been met, then the employee can take the money out in any manner he or she chooses, and it is 100% exempt from federal and state income tax.
And would the diversification for investment be there in the Roth as, very similar to other forms of investments?
Yeah, it certainly is. The program that we do for the county is a national program. So it's the National Association of Counties and the Michigan Association of Counties Deferred Compensation Plan. When you look at that investment menu, we currently offer 53 no-load mutual funds. And then Nationwide also has a separate fixed account option within the plan, where for our NACO plans, including Bay County, we underwrite a guaranteed rate of return of 3.5% or higher. So there's 54 options within the menu.
And then the last question that I have, does it have to be new dollars, or could you transfer from an existing account into the Roth? And
Both are allowable, although there are some exclusions to what Roth accounts can be rolled in. So other governmental Roth 457s, a Roth 401k, those can absolutely be rolled into the plan.
if it's not a Roth, can you transfer from an account that's not a Roth into the Roth?
You cannot directly, but let me provide some clarification. So the plan does have a conversion feature. So there are two money source components right now. There's the pre-tax and the Roth. So if somebody had a pre-tax 401k as an example, they could roll that into the pre-tax 457. When you do a rollover, it has to go from like money source to like money source. Once it was in the plan, then that individual could do what we call a conversion. So they could take a portion of that account, pay the tax on it in the current year that they convert it, and it would transform it into a Roth account, if you will. So the conversion feature is part of the plan, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? Commissioner Begay.
Just a question about NACO. You mentioned NACO, and we've talked about joining NACO. We are a member of MAC.
Yep.
Is there any, do we get any discounts or anything for being a NACO member, or is there any perks that you get for the insurance?
There are not any explicit benefits just by joining versus not joining for individual plans that we administer. What I will say is that there is a platform of 3 different plans that we offer. And so the Bay County plan has what we call the original deferred comp plan. We brand it as the Freedom Series. What that means is you've got the 53 no-load funds, and then you have the fixed account at 3.5. So Bay County already has that platform in place due to our relationship with MAC, regardless of being or not being a NACO member at this time. So you're already getting it.
Any other questions? Ken, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Our next order of business would be an update on the wellness initiative. Jeannie?
Hello, I'm Jeannie Deckert, the Wellness Coordinator, for those of you that don't know me. And we basically want to just do a brief overview of where we've been in 2016 and where we're going in 2017. So stop me at any point if you guys have any questions during my presentation. So for our wellness initiatives, we've done 18 lunch and learns, and actually today was our last one with Ken with Nationwide. He talked about the 457 plan. We've done self-defense classes, free vision screening. This is all offered to our retirees and our active employees. We did do an application with the American Heart Association for their fit-friendly work site, and we did get accepted for that, and that will be up for renewal in March. So I'll have to do another application to see if we qualify for the next period. 3 times a week we do newsletters, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and those just vary per topic. Our wellness events that we've done in 2016, we did a total of 8 in just 2016, but since 2014 we did 18. And on here is just an example of the couple that we've done this year, and our last one for 2016 is the Christmas walk, and there is a 5K run as well. And just a side note on that one, last year in 2015 they designated their profits from the the registration fees for the race to 3 different places, and one was the Bay County Community Center. The money went towards the drinking fountain, so that was a big positive thing for that race. Here are a couple of the challenges we've done throughout the year and since 2014. The Biggest Loser Challenge. The one that we did this year, we did 3. One of the people in the top 3, she lost 28 pounds, and another person lost 40 pounds. So it's about 17% of their body weight. So that's been really successful. With the win by losing competition, we've won that twice since we've done that, and this last time we got 2nd place. So we just about won that, and that just ended this fall. And just so you know how close we were, the winner had percentage of body weight of 4.06%, and we had 3.6. So we didn't lose it by much. And then the step challenges, participation has been increasing, and there's been actually a lot of people asking how to get in for next year that haven't participated already. So that's been really positive. Our fitness, we continue to offer the fitness room at the Civic Arena as well as the community center, and then we have free lap swim at the community center when the pool is open, and then noon skate at the Civic Arena as well as the fitness room there. And then Delta College, we do continue to do that contract, and that's May through May. And as a side note on that, May 15th through May 16th, we had 385 visits, and it amounted to about 40 people that went. And a lot of those people that go are retirees, so that's a positive thing. We're getting the retirees out there to do fitness as well. Our on-site fitness, we do have equipment at the jail. We have equipment here in this building, and then we also have a treadmill at the health department and the Civic Arena and the community center. And just in this building alone, we had 736 visits to just the treadmill. So that's went up because we had 554 in 2015. So there's more people using that. And then our workout videos, we offer a variety. People, employees and retirees, they can check them out on a 30-day basis up to a 90-day basis. And it varies. We have Zumba, yoga, Pilates, some T25 Beachbody products. So there's just a vast majority of those, and those have been going over real well too. And our wellness center. Of the eligible employees in the area, which I consider like Bay City, Auburn, and Essexville, we have 320 employees that can go, and there's 74% of those people in the area. I didn't necessarily count like Pinconning, other outlying Bay County areas that have doctor's offices. So of the employees that can go in this area, there's about 74% that live local. Retirees, there's 63 total that are eligible, and those are non-Medicare retirees, and there's 73% in this area that could go. Spouses are 214, dependents are 387, and year-to-date for 2016, which does not count December, we've had a 69% utilization rate, so that continues to increase from the previous years. Our cost savings, the prescriptions are zero cost still for generics for all employees, their dependents, and their spouses. And then with our EHIM, we did our open enrollment contract period for them, and we have a 0.18 trend, which is outstanding, because as you can see on there, the national average is 13.6, and their book of business is 6.14%. So in EHIM's eyes, we're doing remarkable with our prescriptions. Office visits, we've had 945 that are wellness only, 3,767 that are other, which would be like a common cold, stitches, any other exams or anything like that. So of the 4,712, we've saved over $100,000 just in the office visits alone. That's factoring the $30 copay that people would pay in the enhanced plan.
So employees have saved that? That's not
Employees have saved that. Same thing with the generics and stuff. They have saved a lot of money with that. We don't have all of the costs on the generics, but we know with the trend, obviously, we've saved a lot of money. So for the proposal of the new contract, We are proposing that we go in with 150 contracts a month, whereas before it was a stage. Like we started with 125, and then we went to 175, and then we went to 225 contracts that we pay per month. So we will save there. We will save on the administrative expenses because we've already paid out about 73% of those, which that cost is the $18 per person for their file. We recently just sent out an email through the Bay County email system, and the question basically said, what is one thing you've changed because of wellness here at Bay County? I know this font's really small, but we had an outstanding amount of people that responded, which was about 111 people. And it ranged, like people would say that they eat better, they take more steps. One guy in particular, actually I think I quoted him in here, he never would have thought he would have walked a race, let alone ran a race. And he just recently went to Philly to run a race with his brother. So people are really taking the time and initiative to change their ways. And so our plan for 2017, we're going to focus more on mental and financial wellness, just because people have, changed some of their nutrition and are more active now than they were in the past. And obviously you can see on here, we'll do some of the similar things with the reimbursements. We'll do lunch and learns, challenges, education, fitness center, and obviously we'll look into the wellness center. And our on-site wellness that we're proposing for 2017 could possibly be massages, health coaches, have somebody on-site to help cooking. We're looking to do a partnership with MSU Extension. They have a lot of different programs that are free that we could incorporate for our employees. So that is all I have. Is there any questions?
Commissioner Tilley.
Based on the email that I shared with you Friday, shared with you, if something were to happen at the clinic, who's liable?
As far as medical attention?
Yeah.
That would be the physicians in my clinic.
So we don't have any liability if there's an issue of whatever it might be that falls back to the county under this agreement?
Correct. And correct me if I'm wrong, Amber, but no, the liability is with them.
Correct. With Dr. Potts.
Any other questions? Jeannie, I got maybe a couple.
Okay.
Are we able to estimate or get a number on if we have saved any money in reduced claims on our regular insurance by more people using the wellness program? Is there any way of...
We've been working with Angela Gardner at Brown & Brown about the savings, and it is like a 3 to 5 year to see where we're at. And after we're finished with 2016, we'll get back with Angela, now that we'll have 3 years in the books, so we can follow up with you because we are looking into that with her.
Okay, and then you said for this year, is that mental health and financial programs that you would like to expand into?
Yeah, like mental well-being, more like work-life balance, stuff like that. Like how to, when you go home, you're not thinking about work.
Is that through meetings that you have?
Some of the lunch and learns will be about brain health and stuff like that. Yes.
And we bring in people who specialize in
Yep.
that? All right,
Yep.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Great job. I think you guys have done a great job
Thank you.
regarding the wellness. Anybody else? Thank you, Jeannie. From our next order of business from the sheriff, we have a medical marijuana oversight grant.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Commissioner Krieger.
Thank you. Do we know what specifically we're going to use the money for? Are we...
They're looking at several things right now. It's in that process. I know the new sheriff is looking at some things, and he's out of town today at school.
Okay.
But they've run a couple things by that they're looking at.
Yeah, when I read all the information on there, there's nothing specific other than the fact that if we don't use the money that they allow for us, that it reverts back, it doesn't go to the general fund.
That's correct. It's money that's to be used strictly by the sheriff's office for equipment to enhance drug enforcement type things, from what I understand.
So if somebody were to get pulled over and they were under the influence, even though they have their medical marijuana card,
That doesn't give you the right to drive a car.
okay, that's what I want to make sure that is, not an excuse.
No, it is not.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else, Bob?
Yeah, there's no match required either. And just to remind everybody when these come up is that we have a new policy on finance, so when you submit that, we'll send it over to finance at the same time.
Okay.
We did.
I believe that was done.
When the official, yes, we got this first.
Okay.
All right, all set, Bob? Anybody else have any questions for the sheriff? Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Emergency Management Coordinator, this is a port security grant program for a marine patrol boat.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Bob?
Ryan, you'll have that request for a grant from the Community Foundation too?
Yes, there is a
Originally, we...
possibility of a
we were taking them out
$10,000
of fund
grant.
balance.
Yes.
Commissioner Harry. Ryan, I know we've been on this for like a year now, I think.
Yes.
So how
Yes.
much, will this boat be like in the water in the spring or what?
Well, probably late next year, summer, early fall. It takes them a while to build it once they do get the order,
So
so.
go ahead and then you build it?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought there's something there where, I thought it's something to buy off the shelf, then just equip it and go.
No, they actually have to put it all together out there,
Spec
yeah.
the whole thing out. Okay, thank you.
And Ryan, will this boat will be manned by the sheriffs?
Correct,
Okay.
yes.
Anybody else have any questions for Ryan? All right, sir, thank you very much. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the friend of the court, fiscal year 2017, federal visitation and an access grant for Bay County. Friend of the court.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From Administrative Services Director, this is the renewal of property and liability insurance.
So moved.
Moved and support, it's been moved. Any-
Supported.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Great job with that, Debbie, though, because we're getting some money back.
Yes, we are.
And they give us grant funding throughout the year, a couple of
That's
different
correct.
times.
They're RAP grant funding. We have the ability to apply for unlimited grants that, fit their criteria. And we can apply for multiple grants at the same time. So, yes,
Great job.
it's there for us.
All right, thank you. From the Director of Recreation and Facilities, this is an RFP for some golf carts for 2017.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have a birthday user fees at the Civic Arena. This is going to change somewhat, effective February 1.
So moved.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Commissioner Herring.
Kristen, is this something new? Have we done, is this ongoing?
We have been providing birthday parties, but we have been doing it as a per-person fee, and it's become pretty cumbersome that way, counting the kids and we want to put together, and what we're asking here is different packages for a set number of children, just to make administratively easier for us, but they'll get the same things. They're going to get, the ability to skate rental, cake, pizza, pop, the whole 9 yards. It's basically like you just walk in with your
Right.
present and you have a great birthday party.
So I guess I didn't know about before, but I mean, it looks like I think it's a great idea, and maybe we don't advertise it enough or something, because I never knew it existed. And I think, like you said, I think that's a really good price, to do those things. And I don't know, I mean, how many times a year does that, do they?
Well, we have probably at least one birthday party a weekend, and then come our high time, like, you know, maybe like November to March, we sometimes have 2 a day, like on a weekend, a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
They're pretty full.
That's my questions. It wasn't about how, you know, like, it's basically that I never knew about it before. Because like I said, I think it's a great thing. I think, well, who doesn't? I mean, kids got to like to do it. It's a little bit different, better than sitting at McDonald's, I think, you know, and, you know, different kind of party. I think they have a great time, and you know, almost sometime maybe they could throw it on a Facebook page or something that we do that, you know, because like I said, I had no idea this went on, but I do now. So thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Krieger.
Just a question, do we have an employee then that oversees everything for that 3-hour period?
Yes, so we have a number of employees on staff at the time because it's usually a busy time. It's during our open skate. So our concession stand workers will be in there. We have a management person in there. So skate guards, things of that nature. No one really sits in there and, you know, observes, but we have staff available to help them out, you know, because they're in the community room.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Kristen, I think you run that on the marquee as well, birthday parties.
Yes, we do.
You know, I'm on the west side a little bit, so I see it quite a bit.
Makes it.
So, good job, thank you. No other questions, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Director of the Division on Aging, the Senior Dining Center agreements.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Commissioner Krieger.
I have a question.
Tammy.
So, Tammy, the agreements, are they the same as what was in the past, and what were we paying them in the past?
Oh, I don't have those exact amounts for each one of them, but I certainly will get them for you, but there's been no additional charge this year. It's the
Okay.
same.
Okay,
Yep,
all right, thank you.
you're welcome.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the interim mosquito control director. This is the scrap tire cleanup grant program.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Commissioner Krieger.
Question.
Mary.
Afternoon.
Thank you.
So, when we get the dates of when you're gonna hold that, hopefully we'll be able to coordinate, let's say with Bangor Township, who
Yes.
also does a, like, we'll say a spring cleanup.
Sure, yep,
So we can
absolutely.
get it set.
Yes, we usually have one in May, and we'll have one, the deadline for the grant is that we have to be finished by August 31st, so that's really the only stipulation, but we'll plan on 2, so we can certainly coordinate something.
That'd be good.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mary. Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the 911 director, Bay County 911 Central Dispatch. This is a network server and storage agreement.
So moved.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the county executive, this is a legal contract coordinator position.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the personnel director, we have some affiliation agreements. That's with other schools.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the Bay County Wellness Center. That's they're seeking a 3-year extension of the program that was just discussed. Great program. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Commissioner Begic.
I believe I voted against it the last time, but from the numbers that Janine gave us, it, you know, it looks like it's, you know, making some progress. We're making some inroads on the cost of drugs. So it looks like it's maybe at least revenue neutral and maybe a little revenue positive. So I'll be supporting it.
Thank you. We tried to tell you that 3 years ago.
It'll change sometime, you know.
Takes them a while.
You knew that. All right. Anybody else? No other discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. This is a schedule. This is for the renewal term for our administrative services contract for our healthcare, I believe.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have our excess workers' compensation policy. I think they are our administrative organization that administers our workers' comp.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have a leave of absence for Katherine Barcia.
So moved.
Moved and support, somebody support that?
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the ratification of our collective bargaining agreements, about 12 contracts.
So moved.
Support. Any questions or discussion? Well, there are none, but I think we should give a good kudo to Tiffany, and I see Tim's in the audience. It's not an easy thing to get a contract, let alone 12 contracts, so you guys did a great job, and Tom, and all you guys over there, great job on that, so we're all set. Thank you very much. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have some tuition reimbursement for central dispatch.
Move to receive.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have some payables from the General County, BAYANET, and the Housing Department.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Budget adjustments.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Well, there was kind of a big number there that caught my eye, and I was going to bring it up, and I think maybe, Jan, you want to give a little synopsis on that, because it's the first time we've seen it.
Sure, it was in the Sheriff's Department in the jail area. The amount of money that we bill the inmates for housing while they're in jail, we hadn't budgeted the write-off portion of it, so we're asking a budget adjustment of $260,000 because it's shown that what we bill out and what we actually collect is roughly at 25%. In the 2017 budget, we have adjusted this already, and you won't see it as a budget adjustment. We've budgeted for it at a 15%, so we believe, based on history, that it'd be closer to actually receive 15% of what we bill out. So it's just actually sort of a cleanup to make our budget expenses not look out of place for the end of the year.
Commissioner, be good.
Just wondering, do we do the collections ourselves, or do we have a collection agency that goes after them and throws them in jail if they don't pay their bill?
We do have a collection agency, but we do the majority of that all of ourselves. So it's only if we believe the revenue will come in.
Thank you, Jan. Any other questions in regards to the budget adjustments? No other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the analysis of the general fund equity for 2016.
Motion to receive.
Support.
Motion has been moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the update on the Executive Directive 2007-11.
Move to receive. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We have the golf course fund short-term transfer.
I'll move the short term and the short term.
Well, I was going to not allow Deanne to take a hit on that one.
It's okay.
It was good. I could. You're still the best, Deanne. You're still the best.
Except for that.
Okay, we have that. It's It's just a short, we do it every year. It's been moved? Anybody support it?
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Well, just so that people can understand this, we did a short-term transfer last year as well.
Correct. No fund can be in a deficit position at the end of the year. So what this adjustment would do is to cover any deficit that is there and give operating revenue for startup.
Sure.
So-
And the short-term transfer last year was paid in full.
Correct.
And we probably, like you said, this is just something to ensure, because since there's no revenue coming in right now.
Yes.
But I think we had a fairly good year.
Yes, and it'll give us an actual startup revenue, because again, we won't be collecting the revenues all at once when we try to start up and get going again.
Okay. Anybody else? Seeing none, Commissioner Lutz.
Yeah, isn't this also to get us a head start on getting our golf carts, which we approved?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's,
That money was approved in the 2016 budget, so yeah.
okay. No other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From Information Systems, we have the 2017 budgeted hardware and software maintenance agreements.
So moved.
Support? Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have the MSU Extension Director. This is an agreement for the extension of services.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Well, I'd just like to say that this is a great program, that these small number of employees, whether they work for the city or the county or the state, they do a great job through, in the community with kids primarily. These guys go to the schools and make a very huge impression on young kids, and we need a lot of that. So you guys do a great job with all of your programs. Okay. With no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Any referrals? Unfinished business? Any news business? I believe, Bob?
Yeah, we have packets before you leave tonight, of budget packets, information. We don't plan on recommending it until the 20th. So any questions you might have, get a hold of finance or myself.
Sounds good. Vaughn?
I had a question for Bob about OPEB, because it came up at one of our MAC meetings, the other post-employment benefits. I guess it's not going to go through this year in the legislature, but I thought we were better than 80%, or was it 80% or 60%? There's a number, they think it's 80%, but we're not.
Maybe 20.
Yeah. So I think it's an issue that they're going to look at next year and try to rectify our,
Yeah.
they tabled a lot of the stuff, the benefits and things
Yeah,
like that.
the bills are going to passed this year.
Well,
But what I will do, though, is send you an analysis that Dallas puts out, what they intended to do. That'll give you a good idea.
Thank you.
all right, anybody else has anything else under new business, unfinished business? We do have a closed session, Amber.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I would request a motion to go into closed session pursuant to MCL 15.268 subsection H to consider material exempt from discussion or disclosure by state or federal statute. That's referencing MCL 15.253 subsection G.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Deanne, I think we need a... Support. Moved and supported. I think we need a roll call.
Kelly?
Yes.
Durant?
Yes.
Vidic?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Lutz?
Yes.
Krieger?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes. All right.
Actually, Mr. Chair, I don't know if there's really the necessity of a motion because this is the Ways and Means Committee meeting. I don't know if you can actually give direction on what to do until a full board meeting, so I would request a motion to refer it to
Okay, and we'll refer our discussion to the full board.
next week's full board meeting.
we'll refer this,
Oh, I would say.
and it'll be on the full board next week.
Motion to refer next week's meeting?
Support? Moved and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
Support? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?